I'm gonna ask you a serious question, bro. I want you to look at all the top performers in the world right now, the top CEOs, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of these top-notch guys. And I want you to ask yourself, when they wake up in the morning, do you think that they're autistically thinking in their head, I am going to be disciplined, bro. I am going to do the hard work even if I don't feel like it. Even if I feel completely miserable doing it. Of course they fucking don't, okay? You've been sold this idea that even when your body, your mind, everything about you feels so much resistance towards work, you still have to do it. Well, guess how that's gonna go, bro. You're gonna do a terrible job at what you're doing, and everyone is going to outperform you simply because they actually enjoy what they're doing, or at least there is no resistance. You know, instead of focusing so much on doing the hard work even when you don't feel like it so much, you need to focus on removing any and all resistance that your brain has towards your work. And I'll be explaining exactly how I dealt with this, bro, just through a little story. I used to be just like you. I would wake up each and every single day feeling so bad for myself because I simply could not get out of bed to get to work. I would think to myself, why don't I feel like it? Even if I do this work, it's gonna come out crappy. The quality is going to be garbage because I simply have no heart in the matter. And guess what? You are right in thinking this, man. All of us feel this way. And until I figured out about mental blocks and mental friction, I would put myself down. And that is exactly what you have to be focusing on instead of do the hard work even when you don't feel like it, bro. Start removing the mental blocks that are restraining your brain from actually getting to work. I want to give you a quick analogy. Think of a car. Imagine if that car's brakes are always engaged. Basically, you're rolling, everything is working fine, but the car's brakes are constantly engaged. They're always wearing down the brakes, the rotors. Eventually, they are going to get worn out and your car is just going to come to a stop, okay? You're going to completely fuck up your brake rotors and your car just won't be able to function properly. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing with your brain. If you have all of these things distracting you, putting you down, making you demotivated and making your quality of work garbage, you are going to burn out so fast. It's not a matter of feeling like doing the work. It's a matter of removing the things that prevent you from doing it. But enough with the rambling. Now that I've told you this story, what are those mental blocks that I have been talking about? What are these things that are preventing your brain from actually getting to work? First of all, man, you've probably heard this one, attention span. Your attention span matters so much when it comes to discipline that it's not even funny. Each and every single time that you sit down to work, that you go to the gym, what is your brain thinking about? Oh, let me grab the phone. Oh, let me scroll on TikTok a little bit, if you still even have that. Let me go on Instagram Reels a little bit. Let me, check this guy's story, check that girl's story. Let me check everything except focusing on my work. You can't even go a minute without your brain telling you to do something else and just being completely distracted. This is an issue, bro. You have to fix this. And the absolute best way to fix this is to change your entertainment sources. Instead of, you can still entertain yourself. Pause. But what I mean by this is that you have to put in some effort towards your entertainment. Your entertainment sources have to be long in nature and they actually have to require some sort of energy output from you. So what do I mean by this? Let's say going out and playing soccer, okay? This takes a long time to do, and also it requires effort from your parts. Or let's say you go out to the movies with your friends even. This requires effort on your part because you have to get ready, you have to contact your friends, you have to make the plans, and it actually takes long. This isn't something that ruins your attention span. And in contrast, you go to YouTube, okay? You start scrolling on the algorithm so you can look for something to entertain you. This is the best way to completely fuck up your attention span, bro. Attention span bye-bye after that. So the best thing that you can do is just simply change the way that you have entertainment. That's all I can tell you for attention span. There's a lot more nuance to it, but of course, this is just a YouTube video. You can also read books on this. I highly recommend reading Deep Work by Cal Newport if you have the attention span to read books, which I highly recommend you actually develop that attention span. But if you want more information, read into this book. Next step is going to be a little bit less important than attention span, but it is still important nonetheless, simply for fulfillment. And this is going to be dopamine. And the reason that I say that it's not as important as attention span is because basically your attention span is that barrier that I was talking about. It's that main barrier that doesn't allow you to do any sort of focused work. And if you have attention span, basically you will be able to focus for long periods of time, even if you don't intrinsically enjoy it per se. But with dopamine, this is actually what is going to allow you to enjoy the work that you are actually doing. It's going to allow you to enjoy reading, enjoy working on your business, enjoy working on your homework, or whatever the hell you're doing for productivity right now. So, in order to fix your dopamine, which is basically, if you don't know what dopamine is, it's basically the main chemical in your brain that makes work feel good. It makes the pursuit of hard things feel desirable, feel really, I guess, fulfilling, you could say. But in order to fix this, you have to minimize entertainment, okay? Basically, you know how I said that you can still watch movies, you can still watch long-form YouTube videos, you can still do these things, but limit them. Limit them to 1 hour, an hour and a half a day. Because if you do them for too long, your brain is going to get used to being, I guess, dopamine drained or very stimulated. It's going to be very used to high levels of stimulation, and reading a book is not going to feel that entertaining. Let's say that you just went to hang out with your friends and party for 5 hours, per se. You are not going to feel like reading a book. You are not going to feel like sitting down at your computer and working on something meaningful. That is not as entertaining. That is not as stimulating as going out and partying. Limit them to just a few hours a day. Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours at most. But no more, because if you do any more than this, you are going to decline your ability to actually enjoy the hard work. At least you'll still be able to do it because you're not fucking up your attention span, but it won't be as enjoyable as it could be. So fix your dopamine if you really just want to get that extra oomph. You want that fulfillment whenever you're actually working on your stuff. Again, just to summarize, your attention span is what gives you the ability to work on the stuff that you need to. And dopamine is what actually gives you that intrinsic enjoyment that you want and seek so much. That being said, boys, I hope that this video was informative. I hope you learned something from it. And if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. And quite frankly, the growth has been crazy lately, so I'm honestly really grateful for you guys, and thanks a bunch for the support, seriously. But that being said, if you want to join the Discord, it's going to be linked in the description, alright brother? Take care and I'll see you later.